today. I hope that you're doing amazing and fantastic and wonderful. I promise you, Cleo is going right in between my legs and everything. She's obsessed with my new chair. Look at my new chair. My neighbor had a yard sale across the street and he sold me this awesome vintage chair for $10. I am so flipping thrilled about it. So I know that I say this every time I do a wrap up of any sort, but I can't believe we are halfway through July and Alex is almost 3 and then I go back to work soon. So I thought that it would be prudent to give you guys a quarterly update of Erin and I's book battle extravaganza. Yeah. We will not currently talk about where we are in our book battle. I might be behind, but as of the end of June, for the second quarter of the year, these are the stats. So in April, I read 16 books and my average was rating was a 4.1. I had a pretty good reading month in April and I read like 16 books. That's a lot of books. Erin read 13 books, which is very good, but I read more that month. Big deal. And then in May, I read 13 books and he read 10 books. So again, I read more. I mean, his books are longer, but you know, tell me in the comments, like at the end of the year, are we counting how many books have been read or how many pages have been read? I need to know, because in one category I am mostly winning, in the other category I am losing, okay? All right, in June, both Erin and I read 13 books each, but my average rating dropped a lot, 3.5. Like, so from a 4.1 in both April and May to a 3.5. I had a struggle bus reading month. There were some great books that made my top 5 of the quarter, which I'll go over in a minute, but there were some duds that I think that that's one of the reasons why I am currently in a reading slump. So I will get to that. But overall, we ended quarter 2 with reading 88 books each for the year. So at the end of June, we were tied. There were some times where he was ahead of me by a book or 2, but then I would come up and we would meet. And then I was ahead by a book or 2, and then he would come racing up. So that is where we are currently as of the end of June. Now we are exactly 14 days. Yes, we are 2 weeks into July, and someone might be like 2 books ahead of me as of right now. But you know, I'm just in a reading slump. The last few books that I read in June, like I had 2 2-star books, and I had 5 3-star books, which it was like, it wasn't the best month for me. But now let's dive into sort of the statistics of what I've read so far this year. So I am still heavily in fiction. So 88.6% of my reading has been fiction, though nonfiction has sort of bumped up a little bit, so that's good. I am still reading a lot of backlist books, which is great. 64.9% of my reads are backlist. And for those that don't know what backlist means, that means any book published before the current year you're living in. So any book that was published in 2022, all the way back, that's currently a backlist book. I have read 33.3% of my books have been current books that have published in this year, and I have 1.8 that are that's going to be published in 2024. My genres, I haven't really changed since last quarter. I'm still reading 45.9% of mystery books, 17.6 of sci-fi, 14.9 of speculative fiction, and then fantasy and general fiction are tied, both having 10.8% of my reads. My type of reading hasn't changed much. I have a 9.9% in physical print. I have 13.2 in digital, and 76.9% are in audio. My reading has drastically changed from last year. And then when it comes to my ratings, I still would say that I have a solid, like overall, my reading this year has been fantastic. I've had 5 2-star reads. I've had 30 3-star reads. And then I've had 37 4-star reads and 16 5-star reads. So that's overall pretty good. I mean, I don't have any 1-star reads, and I don't really think that I've DNF'd anything. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to just go over the 5-star read books that I had this quarter, and they're a mixture, they're a hodgepodge. The very first 5-star read is Caught Red-Handed by Ellie Alexander. You guys can't tell me that you are shocked that an Ellie book is on my top 5. It says, welcome to Tort, a friendly small-town bake shop where the oven is heating up as high as the body count. This was for May's read. We read in June, we read A Crime of Passion Fruit, which was a cruise. But I wanted to talk about this one because there is a new restaurant in town, and Jules knows that the bad blood between Mindy and the others in town and tracking down the killer could prove to be an unwelcome treat. The new owner is killed, and Jules is trying to figure out the whodunit. I love that there is a lot of Lance in this book. I have a particular fondness for Lance, so yes, I am loving that. And I am working on getting the other baking videos up. That's hopefully, fingers crossed, is my goal next week, is to film the other 2 or 3 videos that I've missed when it comes to baking what you guys have chosen, because I really want to bake them. I did the Chunky Monkey from this one, which was a coffee, an Andy coffee. So I think I'm only like 1 or no, I'm 2 behind on baking, but so good. The next book I have is a fantasy book that I finally finished. I started this series, the Shade of Magic series by V.E. Schwab, at the beginning of like my booktube era, basically. V.E. Schwab in this series was like extremely hyped up when I first started my channel in 2017. And so I bought all 3 of the books in hardback that year. And I read through the first book and I absolutely loved it. And then I got like partially way through the second book, and then I got distracted by all of the cozies, as one does, right? And I put it down. And then this summer, I just got it in my head that I really wanted like a fantasy kind of read. So I'm not gonna tell you exactly what happens in this book because it's spoilery. But the first book in the series, I have the special edition, is absolutely fantastic. It's called A Darker Shade of Magic. And it says, welcome to Grey London, dirty and boring, without any magic, with one mad king, George III. Then there's Red London, where life and magic are revered, and White London, a city slowly being drained through magical war down to its very bones. And once upon a time, there was a Black London, but no one speaks of it now. I love this series, and I got like this special version, so it says Astravas, which is what you say to go in between the worlds. And we've got fan art in the book as well. And I just, I absolutely love this series so much, and I highly recommend picking it up if you like fantasy, world traveling, magic kind of things. I would pick up this series. It's really good. The next book, you guys are not going to be shocked at all, but it's the newest Emily Henry book, Happy Place. She's just so freaking good at like hitting me right where I'm at in my adulthood. So like when it comes to adult relationships ending, or when it comes to just trying to understand yourself, and just those kind of life moments, she hits it so good. Plus there's romance, and like she just does it so freaking well, and she will always be an auto-buy author for me. And we find ourselves following Harriet and Wen. They've been the perfect couple since they met in college. They go together like salt and pepper, honey and tea, lobster and rolls, except for now, for reasons they are still not discussing, they don't. They broke up 5 months ago and still haven't told their best friends, and it's just, it's just so good, guys, so good. Another book that I have that made my top 5 of the quarter is The Eighth Detective. This is by Alex Pavisi. I read this at the suggestion of Ellie Alexander. She said that this is a really, really good book to read while you're writing a mystery or a thriller, anything that has like a mysterious element to it. And I could not agree more. It is a New York Times top 10 thriller of 2020. I loved it. It says, there are rules for murder mysteries. There must be a victim, a suspect, a detective. Grant McAllister, a professor of mathematics, once sat down and worked out all the rules and wrote 7 perfect detective stories to demonstrate. But that was 30 years ago. Now Grant lives in seclusion on a remote Mediterranean island, counting the rest of the days. Until Julia Hart, a brilliant, ambitious editor, knocks on his door. Julia wishes to republish his book, and together they must revisit those old stories, an author hiding from his past and an editor keen to understanding it. It was thrillery. It was very much, I enjoyed it. It was a page turning, like I didn't want to put it down, and I could not have loved it more. Okay, so the last book that I really want to share with you guys is a nonfiction book, but it's more than just nonfiction. It is a book to love yourself. So it says, a book that loves you, an adventure in self-compassion. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw that I have been posting just all the things about this book. I love the Flow magazine, where they have like a whole bunch of like just really, really, really well thought out articles, crafts, different things like that for you. And this is sort of this book. It says, love your mind, love your body, love your ups, love your downs, love you. It says, this is a self-care companion, unique, uplifting, and always available. It helps you to be sweet to yourself no matter what kind of day you're having. There are there are things that I have on my wall that they give you. There's like little bookmarks that you can pop out. There's just different things that you can do. It's like, let's hear it for the worrier, and it talks about being worried, the beauty of stumbling. It talks about like being a mom, but it also talks about like just calm down posters. And I love this slow down puzzle. It was a sticker where you just like put all the stickers where they go, and it was just so relaxing. I think it took me over a month to read. I just read one article every night, and it was just really, really good, and I highly recommend it if you're just needing a book to remember to love yourself and take care of yourself, basically. But yeah, that is my wrap up for quarter 2. I can't believe we're already in the 3rd quarter right now, and I'm falling behind. But it's fine, it's fine. I've been on average reading at least 13 books a month. Now I don't know if July is gonna be that for me. A little bit of a writing update. I finished Death on Deck, all of the edits from my beta readers. I added oh my gosh, over 20 pages, over 4 chapters are brand new, over 10,000 words have been added. And I have started querying agents. I will be honest, I have gotten 3 rejections, but there are 4 agents that I still haven't heard from. And I think I'm going to send a few more this coming week to other agents that I have found. And I know that this is the journey for me, and I will, Cleo believes in me as well. Don't you, Cleo? Don't you believe in me? Yeah. Yeah, but that's the end of this chapter of Courtagonist. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, guys, happy reading. Bye. Say bye. Say bye.